gonna start thinking you can't do without me. Did I forget something at your place?
Bebe, I need the letter of introduction. Is it finished?
Here it is.
I see. The orders rooms are at your disposal.
These books are in Greek, Latin, other languages people no longer speak, myself included. A real alchemy kit. All these flasks contain powders. What on earth does he do with them all?
You are the detective, are you not?
Of all the strange things that my investigation has thrown up, Mrs. Loiseau, there's nothing more mysterious than this object that everyone calls the head of Baphomet. What do you know about it?
Throughout the ages, this relic has been the subject of so many rumors and aroused so much greed that many have doubted its existence.
Some seem to think that this object possesses magic powers, another illusion dreamed up by fans of esotericism.
The church also has its relics, Mr. Macpherson. Instead of magic, they talk of miracles. What is important is the faith that believers attach to the object of worship. Nothing else.
Don't expect me to believe that the head of Baphomet is just some ordinary object, Mrs. Loiseau. There are far too many people interested in it for it to be totally innocuous.
It only took one believer to create a myth that has grown throughout the centuries, Mr. Macpherson.
Who could believe such foolishness?
To some, Baphomet is the devil. To others, a saint. His shape is changeable, elusive.
Do you believe that, Mrs. Loiseau? Do you share Grégoire d'Alpin's views?
De Alpin firmly believes that the Baphomet confers eternal life, Mr. Macpherson.
And d'Alpin managed to spread this myth by surrounding himself with loyal supporters who share his beliefs.
The head of Baphomet has belonged to Grégoire de Alpin for a long time. It is the symbol of his power over the Brotherhood. It is his only reason for living.
So in losing Baphomet, d'Alpin has lost his head, in a manner of speaking.
Yes, to believe so strongly in a power that it controls your life.
D'Alpin is dead. The myth of Baphomet is absurd. There is no such thing as immortality.
What is immortality? What is eternal life? Only Philistines talk about it. Those who do know, do not talk. You are the detective, are you not?
What is this business about Templars, Mrs. Loiseau?
A fascinating subject, is it not? It is so simple to link everything back to the Templars. Forget them. They disappeared 7 centuries ago.
Perhaps, unbeknown to you, Templars still exist today, Mrs. Loiseau.
Throughout the centuries, more than one group has claimed to have become their spiritual heirs.
How can you be convinced that the Templars did not continue to exist in the shadows?
Stuff and nonsense. The Templars were soldiers of God, not practitioners of sorcery.
But the Brotherhood of the Supreme Order of the Rosy Cross claim to be the Templars' heirs. Would you deny these claims?
The Brotherhoods are aping the Templars and their rituals. Nothing more, Mr. Macpherson.
All this you have told me about the Brotherhood, Mrs. Loiseau. Does the same go for Grégoire d'Alpin?
Grégoire de Alpin is dangerous. He is attempting to awaken forces beyond his control and is putting the balance of nature in peril.
You talk of a force. Is it tangible, or is this part of your esoteric mumbo-jumbo again?
Alchemy, magic, the occult. Stay clear of these things, Mr. McPherson.
Right now, this investigation is out of my control, Mrs. Loiseau. I am not continuing for the money. It is now a question of honor.
What can I say? You have the soul of an adventurer, an American in Paris. Good luck, Mr. McPherson. You are the detective, are you not?
Could you, in your infinite wisdom, tell me what alchemy is?
Alchemy is magic through symbols. Nothing is lost, everything is created. The transmutation of matter by metals. The great work. Order in chaos.
Are there still people around today who believe in alchemy? Alchemists, perhaps?
Yes, they do exist, hidden in the shadows. This art is a set of symbols, Mr. McPherson. A secret code hidden behind a veil of lies.
With what I have seen over the last few days, I feel I can uncover any secret.
One cannot uncover the secrets of alchemy. One must adopt its philosophy. And that involves living in the world of symbols, where nothing is what it seems. And that is the only way to glimpse the truth, to realize that it is still a lie.
So alchemy is a philosophy. Whence comes the Philosopher's Stone? Am I right?
The Philosopher's Stone is the building block, the angular stone.
You honestly believe all that?
Only the wise man can tell what part of knowledge is truth and what part is lies. Others perish while trying to do so.
You again? Wasn't getting my son arrested enough for you?
I believe your son is innocent, but I need evidence so I can prove it.
Do you think so? My son left me the key to his office safe. Here, take it. You'll find what you're looking for in there.
Elwin's notes. They contain all the information he found during his investigation.
But he couldn't stop me from joining the Templars. I have to try to cleanse myself of their sin of the flesh. Because of him and my mother, my soul may already be condemned to hell. Only the balm of the Templars' faith can rid it of the mortal sin engraved upon it. On October 9th, Saint Denis Day, I finally discovered the traces of the head. Blessed by Saint Denis, he who smiles down on me in all his beatitude to help me leave my soul. Yes, Saint Denis is smiling on me. The head purifies me. As God is my witness, I, Simon le Bel, in this year of our Lord, 1305, shall enter the body of Pierre le Bel de Clemency tomorrow, June 24th, and shall retrieve what is mine by divine right. In this new body, purified of my soul and of my parents' carnal sin, death will no longer hold any mystery for me. The head of Baphomet has finally revealed all of its secrets. Victory! I would shout this divine miracle from the rooftops if I did not fear the unbelievers and their stake. I am in a new, younger, stronger body, and it is God's will. How else can I explain Adeline's appearance at my bedside? Blessed and cursed. God gave me a new body, but Adeline, my angel, who took care of this new body, is forbidden to me. It would seem she is the daughter of that idiot, Pierre. That's to say, my own daughter at present. I am weary of this existence. What is the point of living for centuries if I can never again glimpse the smile of my beloved Adeline? Ah, Adeline, you who are forbidden to me, will I ever see your sweet face again? I would gladly exchange these solitary centuries to see your face, your eyes, once more. She has returned. She is once more of this world, and so close to me. She visited Kaffner today. It really was her. That excellent doctor of the mind confirmed it. It is her, and this time she will be mine for the rest of my life.
Well, Miss Blake, it would seem you did not tell me everything. Right, that's all I needed. Blake's been abducted and the kidnapper takes himself for a Dialpe. And naturally he wants the head in exchange. As if I knew where it was.
Ah, Mr. McPherson, I was just thinking about you. Good to see you again. Have you brought me any more culprits?
We've been barking up the wrong tree from the start, Inspector. The Whites never were the Whites.
The Whites were not the Whites? McPherson, what are you talking about?
The Whites do not exist. I have their passports here. They are American citizens. They did not arrive in Paris a few days ago. They got here over a month ago. You want to know what name they used? Johnson, Inspector.
All right. Let's suppose they were using pseudonyms. Could you tell me why?
A letter. A letter signed Sophia Blake confirms that they were hired to commit a robbery. The letter is addressed to Faye and Jerome Johnson, Inspector.
Thieves? What did they steal then, McPherson? We did not find anything in their room, and moreover, no one has brought up charges. Explain that.
This is the Whites' modus operandi. They move to Paris under an assumed name, Eaton. They steal an object, the head of Baphomet. Then they seek refuge at the Orphée under a new identity, the Whites. And they make their delivery.
This object, the head of Baphomet, is it valuable?
I'm not sure. I doubt you can put a monetary value on it.
Right. Listen, McPherson. I will check all this out. If you find anything else, come and see me again.
If you have any doubts about d'Alpin's involvement, I have something that will convince you, Inspector. A glass vial, taken from his home, identical to the one found broken in the White's room.
McPherson, Grégoire d'Alpin is surely not the only man in the world to own such a vial. It proves nothing.
Stop protecting d'Alpin. He's the only man in Paris who can obtain these vials. The only one capable of putting this gas inside them. The purple gas he uses to put his victims to sleep.
Leave the vial with me. I will have it examined.
Here you are.
Thank you, McPherson.
Inspector Lebrun, what I have shown you is irrefutable proof of Elouin's innocence. I found the knife used to cut off the victims' heads.
The murder weapon must be a knife of extreme precision, medical precision, with an incredibly sharp blade. Show me what you have, McPherson.
This is the murder weapon, just as I found it at Grégoire d'Alpin's home.
A Liston knife, used by doctors for amputations. With a single movement, you can remove a limb. Impressive. I will see what we can learn from this. Thank you, Mr. McPherson.
D'Alpin. D'Alpin is dead. He's been dead for over a week.
What are you talking about? If anything happens to Mr. d'Alpin, I assure you heads will roll.
D'Alpin looks to have died peacefully of old age. Nothing like the other murders. I have a photo here. See for yourself.
Even if Mr. d'Alpin had died of natural causes, it would not prove Elouin's innocence, McPherson. Quite the contrary.
If d'Alpin has been dead for over a week, he couldn't have hired Elouin to investigate. Do you not see, Inspector? Somebody else hired Elouin.
And I suppose you're going to tell me who this mysterious person is, Mr. McPherson.
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
So until proven otherwise, Elouin is my number one suspect.
One gold, one brass. One at d'Alpin's, the other at Kaufner's. 2 ancient coins. These prove that both men were involved in the murders.
Everyone has the right to collect ancient coins. Anyway, what has Dr. Kaufner to do with all this?
That is too much. Will you never face up to the facts? You know as well as I do that coins like these were found on all the victims.
How do you know about the coins?
A couple of anonymous sources are enough to keep me abreast.
Beauvais will get an earful about this. leave the coins with me. They are evidence.
No way. You said so yourself. This is evidence. I'll wait until real charges have been brought.
As you wish, McPherson. As you wish.
I hope these clues will enable us to prove that Elouin is innocent.
I will speak with Elouin, and we shall see. If I understand correctly, the Whites were not the Whites, but the Eatons, who are in fact the Johnsons. A couple of professional con artists hired to retrieve a relic at the Alpines by Sophia Blake. Also your employer, Mr. McPherson. Yet according to this note, Sophia Blake is currently being held hostage by Mr. de Alpin. Would it be the same de Alpin we see dead in these photos? Do you understand anything?
It's just that...
That is to say that you and me are going to have a little chat to set this story straight from the beginning.
Lebrun, aren't you tired of making people believe this story? The evidence is there, on the table.
Sir, I advise you to go back to your paintbrushes and leave the authorities to do their job. Now, if you will excuse us...
May I retrieve my documents?
Consider these documents as facts, Mr. McPherson. And without facts, there is no proof.
Yes, and there's the proof of my innocence, Lebrun.
We shall see about that, Elouin. We shall see. Mr. McPherson, goodbye.
Poor Elouin. I did what I could for him. The only thing I've got left now is my conscience. Me, Blake, and my conscience.
McPherson. Max, something awful's happened. Hulot is dead. He's been murdered.
My God, Berenice. Why him? Why Hulot? When did this happen? And you, baby, are you okay?
The cops discovered his body at sunrise, but he may have been dead for a couple of days. I have no idea. No idea.
It's awful. Hulot was not supposed to die. He could not die. He was the last person to see the Whites alive. The police. Did the police tell you how it happened?
I don't know how to describe it. It is so sordid. His head, Mac, his head was cut off. His body was hanging on the front of the car. And his head was sitting on the hood like a figurehead. Worst of all, in his mouth. The police found a coin in his mouth.
Berenice, Hulot is dead. We have to be careful too. Was it the police who told you? They have a suspect. They're already holding Elouin.
The pigs? They're all the same. The investigation is taking its course, miss. Like hell. Everything I know I got from my contacts.
Berenice, we have to get to the bottom of this before everyone else dies. Do you know who is heading the inquiry?
Inspector Lebrun, always spotless, the perfect bourgeois. They're putting on an act in an attempt to hoodwink us. In fact, Mac, they haven't got anything to go on. Hulot, you, me, Elouin, for them we're all nobodies. It's up to us to unravel this.
Hulot dead, and the soul of the Alembic gone with him. We've all lost a great friend, Berenice. Keep your chin up, baby. Don't let them get you down. There's still the Alembic.
Hulot started from nothing. He worked as a construction worker on the metro before becoming a very important patron of the arts. You know, a big shot.
Yes, it's true. A great patron to the artists, and a sponsor to you, to me, to the others. He took me under his wing as soon as I got to Paris. A generous man, even if he never wanted to exhibit me.
Hulot always had a solution for everything. Like he said, every man has at least one quality. There were those he exhibited, and then there were the others. A real little hive of activity behind Hulot. Painters, sculptors, writers, intellectuals. In any case, Mac, nobody in Paris knows anything about art, but they all want a picture on their walls. And they're willing to pay a small fortune.
But Berenice, doing those little favors could have sometimes made crooks out of us. Everyone knew Albert was a fence.
Hulot saw himself as the Robin Hood of the art world. He got money out of the rich for the art of the poor. He may have been a fence, but he had ideas.
Berenice, relationships like that only bring trouble, either with fences or with the police.
Of course, Mac. I worked for Hulot. We all have to live, you know. And sculpture doesn't exactly pay a girl's rent.
You say you've copied works of art for Hulot? Has he commissioned any work recently?
Strangely enough, yes. The day you came to the Alembic, the first time, I gave him a copy of a grotesque bust.
My God. Berenice, the bust. The bust you sculpted for Hulot. Did it look like what you see in the sketch?
It is exactly the same. Hulot asked me to make a copy. I gave it to him the night you came. Mac, I'm scared. What is going on?
It's awful. I have to find this head before there are any more deaths. Even your life is at risk, Berenice. The killer is after this head. Don't you see, baby? I have to find out how Hulot got his hands on this accursed object.
I have no idea who gave the head to Hulot. I made a copy, that's all.
I feel as bad as you do, Berenice. Anyone who comes to the Alembic will be grieving. The place will be a shrine to him. Everyone who comes in will be reminded of Albert Hulot. So many stories.
You know how much Hulot loved his entourage. Everybody had a chance. The Alembic was his masterpiece. Take this fresco, for example. You know how many artists contributed? Hulot would ask them to paint a bit, sometimes just a brushstroke. Over the years, it became his treasure.
It's true. That fresco is rather special. Did he tell you what it is meant to represent?
He used to sit and stare at the fresco at night. Honestly, Mac, it kept the secrets of his soul.
I'm not sure I've grasped the magnitude of this business. But one thing's for sure. You are not safe, Berenice. Be careful. I'll do everything in my power to put a stop to these crimes. Everything.
Find the killer for me, Mac. I will manage on my own.
Hulot, what was the secret you had hidden right under our noses all the time?
Mac. I don't know what to think anymore, Mac.
Berenice, there it is. You recognize your own handiwork? The heads of Baphomet, exact copies. Not even my expert eye can distinguish between the original and the fake.
Mac, what you see here is my life's work. It is really perfect. It is good work.
I'm not sure I've grasped the magnitude of this business. But one thing's for sure. You are not safe, Berenice. Be careful. I will do everything in my power to put a stop to these crimes. Everything.
Find the killer for me, Mac. I will manage on my own.
Mr. Macpherson, did you know that in Tarot, the hanged man is not put to death, but confronted by his destiny instead? Arriving at his journey's end, he is able to see his life again from a new angle. Sometimes, a man thinks of certain events again and discovers that he was tricked, betrayed.
McPherson! Help me, Gustav! Don't let him! He's insane!
This painful blow, this moment when our convictions, our beliefs, our passions are shattered. When you discover your life has been nothing but lies, trickery.
McPherson! Help me down! He'll kill me! He'll kill you! Like he killed all the others! He killed them all! That Kaufner, he killed them!
Judged! All guilty of having tricked me, betrayed me, stolen from me. Just as you did Blake. And just as she tricked and betrayed you too, Mr. Macpherson. The Baphomet is mine. It has been mine for centuries. It is my immortality. Give me back the head, Macpherson, or she will be sentenced before the tribunal of God.
You've lost your mind, Kaufner. You've been exposed. You are the killer. You are a monster.
I am the sole judge of my actions.
But this object has no power, Kaufner. Not this object, not any object. There's never been any such magic. Trying to prove the contrary has made you lose your mind.
Ah! Become my successor, Macpherson. I will initiate you into the power of Baphomet.
I have no desire to succeed you, Dr. Kaufner. What do you have to offer? This head? This Baphomet? I do not want it. It is yours. Take your treasure back. Right. You have the head now. Let her go.
Blundering idiot! Did you really think I would let you leave with my secret?
That was close.
Yes. I owe you one.
Never mind that. If it was not for you, I would still be rotting away in jail.
Come on. I'll buy you a drink at the Alembic.
It's not like me to turn down such an offer. And there's that cute girl that works there.
Be careful. People are not always what they seem.
Hey! Don't forget me!
No. You'll get my bill within the next few days. And the police should be turning up any moment.
Skofner right? Was he really de Alpin?
What difference would it make? He's dead now. He might have been immortal. He's not any longer.
What some people will do for power.
Yes. There are people who would do anything for power and money. But not us.